I'm with Amber Smith, the founder of Activate Good, an organization and a person I want you to meet and get to know. Amber, welcome to Please Note.
Thank you so much for having me.
What is Activate Good, quickly?
Activate Good is a volunteer center that connects individuals, groups, and companies to volunteer needs with charities around the Triangle.
Now, we're going to talk more about that in a minute, but I really want you to meet Amber and hear her story, and then we'll make sure you can get connected. Okay. How did you start getting Activate Good? How did all this happen?
So my friends and I were volunteering a lot. We were volunteering with lots of different organizations around the local community as part of a Kiwanis chapter. And we would always hear from the nonprofits we'd work with that they needed more volunteers. And then we would talk to our friends and ask them, what would it take to get you involved in volunteering? And they would say, I'd really like to get involved. I'm just not sure how to get started. So we thought that we would try to connect those who wanted to get started to the causes that needed them.
So you connect people who want to volunteer with organizations that need volunteers.
Absolutely.
And you do it here in the Triangle area, but there are groups all over the country and all over the state who are like you.
Yes, absolutely. There's a network of volunteer centers across the country that help people find ways to get involved.
And you and your friend started this.
Yes, my friend Heather, Leah, and I, we decided after volunteering for many causes around the area that we were going to do a road trip around the country for 2.5 months, volunteering in all the states that we visited to really learn more about volunteerism and why it's so important to the charities in the community.
Now, when you went around the country and volunteered at different organizations, you found some common problems that this kind of thing can address.
The nonprofits, again, just like locally, we're saying, we need volunteers. We need people who can dedicate their time, talent, and passion to our cause on a regular basis. And at the same time, the random people we would meet in these communities would say the same thing that our friends were saying back home. I want to get involved. I do care. I'm just not sure how to get started.
There are 38 different areas that people can volunteer in?
Issues and causes, yeah.
Issues and
like
causes.
The environment, helping animals, helping with the homelessness issue, kids, lots of different issue areas, yes.
Now, suppose, if I want to volunteer and commit the rest of my life, I can find something, but what if I don't have that much time? I mean, what are some of the options?
So what I always tell people is there's something out there for everyone, no matter what your ability or time availability is or even your interests. So we'll have opportunities that last a few hours on a single day. We'll have opportunities that last months. We'll have opportunities that last years. It really depends on what you're looking for. We have a lot of folks who like to try out some activities and then once they have a great experience, commit more time to that cause. So no matter what your schedule or interests are, there's something out there for you.
So any nonprofit that's doing good in the community that's not political, you can't do political kinds of things, but that's doing good in any way, shape, manner, or form, you can connect volunteers with those organizations.
Yeah, nonprofits who are 501c3 public charities can check out our guidelines on our website and see if they'd be a good fit for a partnership with us.
We have 117 churches that are part of the Diocese of North Carolina here. How can churches be involved, or how do you involve churches in this kind of work?
Churches have ministries that help the community, have maybe like a food pantry or clothing pantry or something for helping those in need in the community. You can work with them as nonprofit partners, getting volunteers to assist with those missions within the food pantry and things like that. On the flip side, we would also love to work more with churches who are looking to volunteer for causes.
Right.
So getting together church groups for days of service or thinking about ways church members can use their perhaps professional skills to help nonprofits with a cause that needs those talents, and there are lots of ways.
Extraordinary. Now you're here in the Raleigh-Durham Chapel Hill area, but there are similar organizations around the state. In
Yes.
Greensboro, you said?
Yes, there's the Volunteer Center of Greensboro. In Charlotte, there's Hands On Charlotte. And there's some in Wilmington and Asheville, Hands On Asheville. So lots of organizations similar to Activate Good across the state and the country.
Now, if I want to find in the country, you said there's an umbrella organization.
Yes, there's a national network of volunteer centers called the Hands On Network. If you go to their website, you can see a map of all the volunteer centers across the country.
Now, here's the question I asked you. We talked a little bit about this before, because I was really kind of intrigued by her story. I mean, what I asked her was, why in the world aren't you taking these entrepreneurial skills and making money for yourself? Why in the world are you doing this? You could be making some big bucks.
As I mentioned before, I'm the happiest I've ever been now. Like I feel like I'm exactly where I need to be, doing exactly what I need to be doing. I feel like every day I'm getting up and doing something meaningful, and the impact that I see we can have on all the causes we work with by sending them the talent we need, that they need from locals in the community is a huge reward for me. So I just feel like I'm getting what I need out of life, and I mean, I have enough to get by, so why need more? I'm just gonna spend it on clothes or something silly. So, I mean, I'm completely happy.
What else would you want to say to all the folk who are going to see this?
Just don't be afraid to explore what you're interested in. If you're concerned about overcommitting yourself, just kind of explore what's out there first and ask yourself a lot of questions about what you're looking for from the volunteer experience. And then try something out. Don't be afraid. Just give it a try and reflect on it afterward, and take the next step after that. Just one step at a time.
One lesson I've learned from you is don't be afraid to explore your dream. Because often in your dreams, there may well be a God behind it all. Amber Smith, you are living out the words of John Wesley, who said, do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as you ever can. You are a daughter of John Wesley, if ever there was one.
Thank you.
God bless you, Amber. And God bless Activate Good. And God bless you. And keep the faith. Now, I know that you activate good generally, but I saw on your website something called Activate Schools. What's that?
So Activate Schools is a special program that we have through which we have developed a curriculum that teaches high school students how to volunteer, how to study different community and social issues from all angles, and then of course how to hone their own leadership skills and develop ideas for projects that can help causes that they care about. So we've worked to develop this curriculum and are now trying to partner with schools in the area to actually offer this curriculum. We've piloted the program with Broughton High School, East Wake High School, and now the class is being taught as part of the freshman seminar in the Wake Young Women's and Wake Young Men's Leadership Academies here in Raleigh. So it's helping these students through an entire semester learn how to get involved and be leaders in volunteerism and inspire their peers to get involved too, so that they can hopefully integrate volunteerism as a part of their everyday lifestyle as adults.